Hello, everybody. Welcome to public speaking. Yay! I'm so excited that we finally get to start, and hopefully, I will get to know you guys very well over the next semester. But let's start with getting to know me a little bit. My name is Jessica Cochran. I'm 24 years old. I live in Lynchburg, Virginia. My family lives down there in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So I know a little bit about the area, but I am located here in Virginia, hence the online only status. So here's some pictures about my life. I did graduate from the University of Lynchburg in 2023. I was a communications and criminology double major. I currently work at the University of Lynchburg as a Solution Center specialist. So I will be doing that as well as teaching you guys. I also graduated from Radford University May of this year. I got my Master's of Science in Strategic Communications, so that was very exciting. You see this middle picture right here and right here. That is a picture of me and my fiance. We have been together for 5 years and we will be getting married next year in May, which is super exciting. I also have our dog, Ash. He is almost 2 years old. He is a black lab, and we're thinking a pit bull mix, but we're not too sure. And then we have our cat, Remy. He is 6 years old, and he's a very independent cat, but very lovey as well. This top left corner right here, I have my three younger siblings. Mackenzie, she is an aspiring dentist living in North Carolina. Then we have Dawson, she is the youngest of the group. And Hayes, he is the only boy and one of the middle children. They are all fantastic. I love having siblings. One of my hobbies is baking. I love to bake. This picture is a pumpkin pie, and it was a cornmeal crust and caramel and pumpkin filling and whipped cream and divine. I do a lot of bread cooking, baking. It's one of my hobbies. It's definitely a difficult one to have because I fail a lot, but when I do succeed, I eat all the food, so lose, win, however you'd like to see it. And then another one of my hobbies is reading. This is one of my favorite series, is Throne of Glass. Highly recommend if you haven't read it and you like to read and you like fantasy kind of books. Super duper good. So this is a little bit more about me. Get to know who I am as a person. Hopefully that gave you a lot of insight into my life. So, how does this whole thing work? Well, it's a difficult one. I have a lot of experience teaching in person. This is my first time fully teaching online, so please give me some grace. But I think I have set this up well. So, like the rest of Or Georgetown, we are using D2L as our academic center. So on our D2L page is where you're going to find all of the assignments and lectures. Let me kind of show you. So this is what it looks like. This is one of the sections for this. So right now, there's nothing. This is where I'm going to put the welcome message. I'm also under news right here. I will be putting up anything that's going to be due coming up soon, just so you're aware. Also, in upcoming events on the side, it's also going to have all of the things. As you can already see, some quizzes and stuff like that will be due, what time they're due, when they open, what days they're due, and what it is. All on that side, but I'll also put it in the news. So to find all of those things, go to content right here. So we have, if you go to the overview, if it would load, The Wi-Fi is not the best here, but it's okay. I live in the middle of mountains in Lynchburg, so it's gonna be a little bit slow at times, but it's okay. Okay, so we have the instructional package here. This is kind of the standardized syllabus for all of these public speaking classes. This is going to give you a lot of information, what you need for prerequisites, what you need to take afterwards, requirements, identification, etiquette, things like that. So please read this. You have to read this. You have to read the other one as well. I will show you the other one in a second. But go through and actually read. I know it seems long and boring, but it is super important to read because this is going to give you all of the information that you need. Yep. So I'm just going through it for you guys so you guys can kind of get a good view of what it looks like. Then we're going to go to the instructor information sheet. So this is my course-specific kind of like syllabus. So it has my information on here. So my name, my email, when I'm available for appointments, how to make an appointment, which is by video, or I do appointments through video. You can email me for an appointment. Then we have our required textbook, the rationale for why I have this extra thing. And then this is the course schedule. If you want to look ahead and complete things ahead of time, or try to, this is where you're going to find everything. So I have every single thing. What part of the textbook you need to read, what lecture you'll need to watch, what quizzes will be done, or what assignments will need to be done, and when. So, for example, this is week 3, September 8th through the 12th. So between this whole entire week, you have the entire week to complete these assignments. So you don't have to finish them all in one day. It just does need to be completed by the end of the week. So for week 3, you would need to complete all of that work by the 12th. And so you see here we have read. That is what you need to read for the week, what chapter you need to do. I tried to label it well, but you can see, which one's that one? Part 4. So like in your textbook, in the contents, it's going to say part 4 in the name. These are the chapters right here, 14 and 15, and that's the part. So if it says, read chapters 1 through 5, that's not going to be like part 1, part 2, part 3. That is way too much. Way too much. That is just going to be part 1, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that makes sense. If it doesn't, please shoot me an email and I can help you out with that. And so for week 3, it would be, read that part of the textbook. So chapters 14 and 15. And then watch, and then I'm going to put lectures on there. Not on here, but it says lectures, chapters 14 and 15 right here. That's the lecture that you'll need to watch. That is going to be on D2L. I'll show you in a second. I'll show you in a second. And then it says peer evaluation. It says via Bongo. We are not going to be using Bongo. We will be just uploading into the Microsoft OneDrive. I will go into more about how that's going to work. And so anytime you see Bongo, it is going to be Microsoft OneDrive. I need to update this a little bit. But yeah, no Bongo unless we find that works best. But I think the Microsoft OneDrive is going to be better. So yeah, and I'll have a quiz, so you need to complete the quiz. This week it would be submit the self-introduction video, complete this exercise, things like that. All the assignments, that is to say, all the assignments, the day they're due, or the week they're due, what you need to read, what you need to watch, is all going to be on this sheet. This is the information sheet, the instructor information sheet. So also on here, I have evaluations requirements. So I have the assignments, how many points they are, how many there are, and what the points total up to. So down here I have the percentages. So 92%. So the lowest for an A is going to be 920 points. Try to make it an even number so it's not too difficult to understand. And then I have audience requirements, things like that. We will go more into that later as in a few minutes from now. But I wanted to show you more of what it's going to look like. So on here, for example, you can see down here that it has instructor information sheet. So you would click on that, you click right here to read it, then you're going to click right here to do the quiz. Mine looks a little bit different than yours because I'm an instructor, I'm not a student, so it just looks different. And then for week 1, you click on week 1, and it's going to have everything on there for week 1. It's going to have the attendance verification quiz, identity verification, and then I think the quiz for chapters 1 through 5. I will also have separately, so how it says week 1, I'm going to be putting something like this. So it's going to say week 1, YouTube lecture. I'll put the numbers for what lecture it is. So this one's going to be part 1, chapters 1 through 5, just so it's not confusing. Once again, if you are confused, totally fine. Just shoot me an email and I can help explain it to you better. But on here, it's going to have a link. I have not done a lecture yet, so it's not on there. But it will just be a link. You click on it, it's going to take you to YouTube, and then voila, it's going to show you the lecture for the week, which is fantastic. So, that's where you can find your assignments and your lectures and the class information. It is all on D2L. If you have any questions about that ever in the whole entire semester, shoot me an email immediately. I will help you. And then how will speeches work? Well, that's where we will go back to the information sheet so I can show you. So I'm going to have you guys record yourselves. You can record yourselves using your phone, your laptop, whatever is easiest for you. And then I'm going to have you upload it into a OneDrive file so that it can be shared with the whole entire class. I have yet to make that OneDrive file. It will be made tonight, and then you'll be able to just drag and drop stuff into there. Let's see. So, requirements for speech recordings on for online courses. So it says speeches will be recorded and uploaded to Bongo. It's going to be uploaded to the OneDrive once again. So this is a public speaking course, not a public reading course. Of course, you can have some notes. I'm not expecting you to memorize everything, but you're not going to be sitting here just talking like this, doing your speech like this. You know, it's going to be more of a, you know, a glance and a up, glance up, glance up, if that makes sense. So, if you do end up reading for a whole speech, you'll have a automatic 50% reduction in your speech grade. So, please try to practice beforehand so you aren't reading off of that sheet. Additionally, you do need to stand rather than sit for all of your speeches. Unless you have an accommodation, then please have the like the disability services people reach out to me, and so I know that you have that accommodation. Additionally, you are responsible for your recording having good audio and visual quality. That is purely your responsibility. So prior to recording, make sure you have good, no background noise, good light. Do a couple tests on here so you can see how it's going to look. your videos should be from your knees up as a speaker. So it's not going to be like me where I'm like right here. It's not going to be of your face. Don't include your feet. I don't need to see it, but you'll have to, I'll kind of demonstrate for you. So stand like this. It's going to be about knees up. So I can just see how your posture is. Sorry, it is cold in this room, so I have a blanket. Additionally, you will want to dress a little bit more formal. I know that is not a possibility for everybody. So what I mean by a little bit more formal, I would do a step up from what you usually wear. So if you usually wear pajama pants and a t-shirt to class in person for your speeches, I would wear like jeans and a nicer t-shirt. That goes for everybody. If you would like to wear like a dress, a suit, or anything, that's a little bit intense, but you won't get any points off. You will get some kudos, but it's not a requirement. Just dress nicely. Don't dress in boxers and a sleep shirt or in a nightgown or in pajamas. And I would do a little bit more than sweats, so jeans, a nicer t-shirt would be just fine. So, to receive a passing grade in this class, all assigned speeches must be delivered. If you fail to complete any of these speeches prior to the deadline, you will fail the class, unfortunately. So, make sure you are doing all of them. There are 4 different speeches that you will have to do, and so make sure you at least complete them all. Additionally, I already said that speeches are going to be standing, quiet location, adequate light. No splicing of video is allowed. So you cannot, edit your video together. It has to be one complete running video. And I know how hard that is. Especially for me on here. I'm not editing this video right now. I have a lot of ums, a lot of ahs, a lot of pauses, but it's just reality of life. So don't splice your video. It's not allowed. You will receive an F on your presentation. You are also responsible to make sure that you are clearly heard and seen. So this means enunciating, talking loudly enough. The quality of your phone or your laptop audio must be good. I will have an instructional video on how to record a speech for these details. You must have adequate recording devices to record/broadcast your speech. So this is computer, phone, anything of that source. And then your speeches require 2 submissions per speech. So that is going to be into the OneDrive, and you will need to upload the outline, but the outline will be done the week prior to your speech. And that will also be through a Dropbox that I will have on D2L in that particular week. So if you have any questions about that, please don't hesitate to reach out. But that is how the speeches are kind of going to go and how you can submit them. I will upload another video once I do make the OneDrive of how you would put your video into that OneDrive. Okay. And then going back. Okay, how things will be graded. Things is in your assignments and speeches. So I will have a rubric for each of these speeches on D2L before Monday. I will just have all of it on there because it's just easy for you to see and know what to expect going forward. So you can find those. It's going to be on D2L, content, and then it's going to be on that side like I showed you. Content, and then it will be on the side. But yeah, so for your complete classroom evaluation, You're going to have 4 speeches. So with those 4 speeches comes 4 speech outlines. So per outline, there are 25 points each. So that is a total of 100 points. For your speeches, you have the self-introductory speech, which is also known as, it's like the old bag speech. And then we have informative speech, persuasive speech, and special occasion speech. The self-introductory and the special occasion speeches are both 50 points, and the informative and persuasive speeches are 150 points. I have these points laid out this way because I like to not grade too harshly for the first speech, because it is the first speech, so I expect you to do your very best, but not as good as you can be, since it is the first speech. And then the special occasion speech is a pretty short speech, so there won't be too much to grade upon. The informative and persuasive speeches are going to be 150 points each. These are the bulk of the points here. They are going to be very, very important speeches, showing how well you are, progressing through your practicing and your skills being a public speaker. And they are, a little bit more technical, so there's going to be a lot more points to be graded upon. There's also going to be 15 quizzes. Each of these quizzes are 20 points each, so this will be 1 quiz per week. I know 15 sounds like a lot, but it's going to be 1 quiz per week. The semester is 15 weeks long, and these are going to be 20 points each. I think that's going to be 300 points. So these quizzes are, one, to quiz you based upon what you have learned. It's usually going to be a chapter quiz. Sometimes it's going to be a check-in quiz when we don't have a chapter quiz. I just need each of you to do 1 thing per week, so I know that you are attending class. You need to be, for an attendance policy, this is for the entire school, you need to be there at least for 80% of the classes. So that would be 80% of the week, or the weeks of the semester. So 80% of the semester, you would need to be able to do something online. So I have these quizzes, one, because they're a quiz and they need to test you on what you know, what you have learned, but also because I need you to be able to do something at least once per week, so that I know that you are attending class. And then we have the peer evaluations. These will be, so once you put everything onto the Microsoft OneDrive, so you put your speech on there, your classmates will be able to watch your speech, and I will have each person randomly assigned to another person so that they will watch their speech and give them an evaluation. And then that evaluation will be emailed or OneDrived to both the peer and myself. I haven't quite decided on how that is going to work. I have to set up the OneDrive first, but we'll see. And then the final exam is going to be 100 points. That will be at the end of the semester. So yeah, if you have any questions about this, once again, please let me know. Then, expectations and guidelines. So what you can expect from me as your instructor, I will answer emails. It will take me at most 24 hours to answer emails. I will probably not be able to answer emails after 8 p.m. every night, because I will probably be asleep. So if you email me late in the night, you can expect a response in the morning or in the afternoon sometime, but give me about 24 hours to respond to your email. Unless you do email me in between 8 p.m. Friday and 8 a.m. Monday, I will get back to you after 8 a.m. on Monday. I do like to take the weekend off. I do have meeting times on Saturday, though, if you do need it. That is on a by need basis. I offer those because I cannot offer regular times throughout the week since I do work a full-time job. So if you need a time on the weekend to set up an appointment, make sure you email me during the week so I can get back to you and we can set that up. But answering emails wise, I will not be answering during the weekend. I will give it until Monday unless it is an extreme emergency, but I don't know what kind of emergency will constitute you needing my response for a public speaking class. So yeah. What you can expect from me additionally is kindness. Yes, I am the instructor, so I will have to grade, and I will have to grade not harshly, but truthfully, but I will do it with kindness. I will never be rude or mean to you. You also can expect open-mindedness for your speech topics. I will be very open-minded with what you would like to do, and I do not let my personal bias get in the way of your grade. So if you wanted to do a speech about a political stance and I personally do not agree with it, that will not affect the grade because that is a very unethical thing to do. I like to keep things fair. However, if you do decide to do a topic or try to do a topic that is offensive to others, I won't allow that. I do not allow offensive or vulgar or derogatory speeches or talk in general in my class. That will be an immediate removal if you decide to go forth with what has been shot down. So please don't do anything, racist, sexist, offensive in general. And then, what more can you expect from me? Well, you can expect to learn a lot. I do have experience with this. I am, I look younger. I have a lot of experience with teaching, higher education. So you will learn a lot. You will get a lot of good professionalism with me. I'm a little bit laid back, attitude-wise, probably because I am younger. But I will be professional. I will be courteous. I will answer emails in a timely manner. I will grade things in a timely manner so that you guys aren't left in the dust not knowing what your grades are. So yeah, that's kind of what you can expect from me. If anyone has anything to add, please email me. It'd be great. What I will expect of you. So one, I will expect you to do everything on time. I will expect you to do everything well. I will expect the quality of your work to be good. So we are not just doing things to complete them here. We are doing them to be good and put forth our best self and to actually want to learn, because I know public speaking doesn't seem like a big deal, but it is probably the best class you can take to actually learn stuff for your future life or your work life. I think I have more expectations on here for you all. Let's see. Oh, makeup work policy. So some assignments can have a built-in 24-hour extension for late work. For late work, there is going to be a 25% penalty added for every single 24 hours that it is late. But that is not all assignments. That is on a needs basis. So usually if you do not submit your work on time, I will not grade it. Or more like it's going to be a 0. You have an entire week to do this work, so I expect you to be able to do it. I think most things will be due on the Saturday of that week instead of the Friday, because I understand that people are busy with their lives during the week, so or school, work, family, whatever. So I want to give you that time on the weekend to be able to do it as well. So no work is going to be accepted after the 24-hour period. Once again, unless unless I excuse it. Excuse absences are going to be at the sole discretion of me, and I will excuse you for, a family member died, so you need an extension. Wi-Fi is down. I don't know how you would be able to email me, but I guess you'd have your cellular stuff. So just email me, if your Wi-Fi's down. But I will need proof of that. But I will, make exceptions on a by need basis. But just like I don't want to, or I was just really busy, not going to be acceptable. So, yeah, and if I give you that time to do makeup work, it has to be submitted within the next week. So, and if you don't, then it's just going to be a 0. For communication, I will not use a D2L email system. I will expect you to email my hgtc.edu email. That would be jessica.cochran@hgtc.edu. It's a lot of letters. So do not email me through D2L. I will not see it. I will not respond. And I will just count it as you not trying to communicate with me, because it is just, you can only reach me through the HGTC email. When you do email me, if, whatever, you must leave your name, your section, your email, and a brief description of why you're calling in the email. I will have a little sheet of expectations for that. It's going to be titled How to Send a Professor an Email. Just go based off those guidelines. This will be easy because there's a lot of students, and this will make sure that I can keep a good log of what's going on for each student. Also, it's good to just know how to email someone for work and life in general. And then for the attendance policy, if you miss more than 20% of this course or any course at HGTC, you will be automatically withdrawn. No ifs, ands, or buts. So please make sure you attend at least 80% of the week, and attendance would be doing the activity of the week, so the quiz or whatever for the week. Speech day policy. Once again, I expect you to dress. This says business casual. If not business casual, at least jeans and a nice t-shirt. Keep that in mind. Jeans and a nice t-shirt. It's all I expect from you. If you want to do more than that, that would be great. It would be a great time to practice how to dress business casually. A lot of workplaces dress in that way, so it's great to practice. You don't want to be like that one girl on TikTok that wore the office siren to her first day on the job and immediately lost her job. That would suck. This is your time to practice. So, yep, that is speech day policy. Netiquette. So that is this online netiquette. It's a weird word, but it's just net and etiquette put together. So this is just online etiquette. So so for more information, there's going to be this link. Make sure you click on that link and look. It is good for all of HGTC. Technology, I don't think that a person would be able to finish and complete this course by only using a phone or a tablet. I would highly suggest having a computer for this if you don't already. Any errors in submission due to using a phone instead of a computer will not be excused. So please allocate your time appropriately if needed. If you cannot buy yourself a computer, please go to your, you could even go to your local library and use the computers there. If you live near HGTC, you can use their library. If you live, or if you go to high school, you can use your school's laptops, those types of things. So yeah, in order to complete this course, you need to be somewhat proficient with the internet and have a good understanding of how to upload things into D2L, taking online quizzes, and the OneDrive. If we find that the OneDrive does not work, we can pivot and do something else. Just please let me know. But the college does have free access to Microsoft Office 365, so please use that. This link right here, if you can see the OneDrive folder link, that is not the link. That is the link for another professor's OneDrive. I will have to update this and put my link in there. And I will highlight it in pink so you know that it is mine. I also have a grade appeal policy. You can read that on your own time. If you plagiarize, if you have someone else complete your work for you, you will get an automatic F on the assignment. For your first offense, for your second offense, you will have an F in the class. So please do not do that. Do not. We also have Title IX disclaimer, disability services, non-discrimination statement. So please take a look at that on your own time. But for the expectations, that is what I expect of you. Also be, especially in your evaluations of each other, please be kind. You can be critical, but kind at the same time. We don't need to be mean to one another. That will not be tolerated. And then guidelines for online class. So we have all these guidelines right here. But all in all, if you need anything from me, just email. Any question at all, please email. I do not have a phone number because I do not have an office there, and I am not going to give you guys my phone number, my personal one, because I do not want my phone being blown up at night. So please email me if you have any issues at all whatsoever. But that is the introduction for this course, and welcome! Glad to see you guys here. Let me see if I can get this confetti to do it. Yeah! Yes. Okay. Well, yeah, please email me if you have any questions.